Hi, I'm Scott and I'm reviewing 3 different tofu bars from the 7-Eleven Japan.
いらっしゃいませ。
So these are basically a stick of tofu and they're flavored with different ingredients. Each bar contains 10 grams of protein, so if you're looking to up your protein intake, these are the way to go. They're made with tofu, so a lot of people would think, oh, they're suitable for vegetarians. I can't guarantee that they're suitable for vegetarians or vegans because there's absolutely no information that I can understand, but they are made from tofu, so there may be some dashi, which is made from fish, included in the flavoring, so I can't give you any guarantees if you're a vegetarian. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's move on to tasting the first one. The first one is made from edamame, hijiki, and carrot. So edamame is of course green soybeans, and hijiki is a kind of seaweed, which is like really small pieces of seaweed. You can see here, it's all the little black pieces in there is the hijiki. So if you're looking for a healthy option, just crack it open and off you go. So I'm going to try and open this up. They're actually quite difficult to open. Give me a couple of seconds. And there we go. So it looks like a little ice cream bar or a chocolate bar or something. It's quite cute actually. Let me give you a bit of a close-up here. So it's exactly what it says on the box. It's tofu. So first let's give it a smell. Yep, you can smell the tofu and you can smell all the other ingredients which are mixed through it. This one actually looks the most enticing, so let's go and give it a little try. So this is almost like a meal in itself. It's not just tofu, there's all the beans and the seaweed and the carrots, and there's plenty of it all mixed through. You can see from that bite I just took there, it's packed full of all those goodies. So the flavor, I don't know, it's got some kind of special flavoring in there. It's not just a tofu flavor. It does have some kind of probably dashi, or maybe a touch of soy sauce or sake or mirin or something in there. But it's not just tofu. It's really tasty. Let's have a little bit more. Now, the really interesting thing about this particular bar is the texture. You've got the edamame, which give a nice little kind of a crunch to it. Not a crunch, but it's got a bit of solidity. You have the little pieces of seaweed, which again add interest. And the carrot is slightly sweet. So the whole thing which comes together. So the texture of the tofu, it's slightly dry, which means it can bind all the things together. It's not dry in a bad way, if you know what I mean. It's just perfectly moist. What am I talking about? But the texture is really good and the flavor just is excellent. So I think this is really, really good. And you could have this as a snack, just walking down the street, or keep it in your bag. And just when you're ready, and it's super healthy. Let's move on to the second one. So the next one up is Okara, edamame, and carrot. Okara is basically soy pulp. If you see there, it says it right on the title there. Again, it packs 10 grams of protein. So if you're looking to up your protein intake, this is the way to go. Let's give it a try. Why are these so difficult to open? I think they really want to keep it nice and fresh, so it's all... Ready? Ooh, look at that. Now that looks like a party ready to happen. Let's give it a bit of a smell. Oh, smells quite different from the last one. Smells, I don't know, it smells kind of more of a kind of a fresh, zesty smell to it for some reason. But you can actually see, because this has the okara, which is the soy pulp, you can see the kind of brownish parts in between the carrots and the edamame there. I think that is parts of the pulp that you can see there. So yeah, it smells really healthy. Whatever healthy smells like, this is what it smells like. Okay, let's give it a try. Now, I'm really tasting the soy pulp, which is called okara. It's given it more of a fine, kind of a grainier texture, and it just seems a little harder, if you can see there. It's a little bit firmer, it's a little bit more solid, and it seems to keep its shape a lot. But also I'm getting more sweetness. Maybe they've added a little extra something to make it slightly sweeter, because the soy pulp is kind of tasteless, to be honest with you, but they put extra ingredients there to really bring out the flavor. And again, the texture is really fun. Let's try some more. Now, I've only had probably about 1/3 of the other one and about probably 1/3 of this one. I'm already feeling kind of full, so this is a really filling bar. It's such a cheap price and with such amazing health benefits. Wow, it's a win-win situation, this, isn't it? Okay, let's move on to the third one. Now the third one is a tofu bar which has been flavored with yuzu and chili peppers. Again, it packs 10 grams of protein, fantastic. So what is yuzu? Yuzu Kosho is a type of Japanese seasoning. It's a paste made from chili peppers, yuzu peel and salt, which is then allowed to ferment. And yuzu is a kind of a citrus fruit. It's like a cross between a lemon and a lime. It's about this size, like a ping pong ball size. And it's usually sliced in half and you squeeze it on top of your grilled fish. It's also used in nabe, which is kind of like a hot pot. But this one has been flavored with yuzu kosho. Now, I must be honest, this one is the most boring looking one. It doesn't look very exciting. The other two have things mixed in them, but this one, it just looks really, really plain. See there, it just looks like a tofu bar, as you would imagine. So the bottom of it, you can see differently from the other two. The bottom and the top, you can see like they've used some kind of gauze to make this one, so you can still see the impression of it left on the surface of it, which is quite interesting. Looks like real kind of a tofu feel to it. But let's give it a bit of a smell. I'm getting a slight whiff of citrus. So let's give it a try. No, I'm not really tasting the yuzu kosho on this one, to be honest with you. It really, there's a little hint of it. Let me try some more. It's a very, very faint flavoring of yuzu kosho. So for me, this just tastes like tofu. I almost want to get a tiny little bit of soy sauce or some wasabi and put it on there and eat it like that. But it's a solid stick. What am I talking about? You can see there. Yeah, it just looks like normal tofu, but It's just a really simple version. So this one, what was the price again for this one? The price was 149 yen, just about $1. And this is the lowest in calories because it doesn't have any special ingredients added to it like the other ones did. So this is the lowest calorie one, but it also is kind of the lowest for flavor impact. Okay, let's look at the scores on the doors. The first one, which was this one here, the one with the edamame and the hijiki, I'm gonna give this one 5 stars. It was packed full of flavor. I loved the texture and it just had a really nice scent to it, a nice aroma, and it just tasted really good. The next one, the one which was with the soy pulp, the okara and the soybeans, I'm going to give this one 4 stars because again it was very similar to the one before, and it was just a little bit less in terms of flavor. The texture was very nice though. And the last one, which was very simple, very plain, I didn't really think much of this one in terms of flavor, but it had a nice kind of a harder tofu texture. I'll give this one 3 stars because it just didn't have the same memorability, or just didn't hit home as much as the other two. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching and we'll see you in the next video.